Hello and thanks for joining me for this presentation. I hope New Normal is treating everybody well in this difficult time. So what I want to talk to you about today is inclusive immersive, using VR to make the invisible visible. So how we can begin to think about using immersive technologies to help accessibility and inclusivity in all of the things that we do. I'm Gareth Allen and I'm the Managing Director of Soundview Media, and we work with businesses across the southwest of England and in the UK and further afield. And there's a story that I want to tell you about today which illustrates one of the projects that we're very proud to have worked on, which gets inclusivity into the heart of what we're doing and accessibility into the heart of what we're doing when we're using interactive and immersive technologies. So this story is about Givor Tinmine, and we created an interactive accessible VR tour for them. And just to tell you about the people in this picture here. So I'm Gareth, the one on the person on the right with the patterned shirt. And then Finley is sat in front of me. He's one of the team at Soundview, as is Chris, who's in the red chair. And then we worked with Heritage Ability. So on the left of the screen there is Star and Marianne from Heritage Ability, and the two gentlemen in the middle at the back there work for Givor Tinmine. That's Jack and Mike. And Givor Tinmine is a visitor attraction. Used to be a working tin mine in the far west of Cornwall. Now a visitor attraction, and it's an amazing place. Anyone that's ever been there would have experienced the incredible story of Cornish tin. But the parts of the site aren't accessible to everyone. So the mine itself is very difficult to get into if you have reduced mobility. The mill, the place where the tin was, the rock was crushed and the ore was extracted, that is impossible to access if you have reduced mobility, as are the natural landscapes around the cliffs. So we worked with Heritage Ability and Givor Tinmine to create this immersive 360 video experience. And we did this so that visitors with reduced mobility could have a better experience when they were visiting this heritage site. So we drew on everybody's expertise to create this truly immersive experience for people with disabilities. And I want to share a film with you now to talk about how we actually did that. At Soundview Media, we've combined our skills of working in immersive technologies with our passion for breaking down barriers to access for people with disabilities to create groundbreaking, accessible virtual reality tours. The 360 VR video tours allow access in virtual reality at least to heritage sites that would otherwise be impossible. We developed the pioneering content with Devon-based Heritage Ability, with the aim of making heritage accessible to all.
First of all, let's get your eye line right, so you can address the camera, that's fine. You've got your script. We are using a Fusion. This is a product that GoPro make that gives you a full 360, and it also has ambisonic sound, so you can hear and you can see all the way around you. We have got a wire rule. It's a long wire with a cable and a caddy on it, and I can control it so we can have the camera moving along, and we can control it really slowly. So that's the important thing with VR. You need to, if you're going to move, you need to move slow and steady.
We're always looking for unique ways of trying to make parts of the site available to everyone, and this was a great opportunity to actually showcase parts like the underground, which is very difficult to access if you have any issues getting down there. And the mill as well, there's lots of steps, that's a difficult building. So both of those places, we needed to find ways of making them available, and this was a great opportunity to do that. And actually gives you views and experiences that you wouldn't get otherwise, you wouldn't get from just walking through the building. In the past, there's stuff we can offer, we can tell them to come and see the film, that gives them a bit of an understanding, but we've never really been able to say, you can experience our underground, you can experience the mill, until now.
I've been to lots of different sites before, and you don't get to see as much as you want to quite often because it's not accessible, and that's quite frustrating when other people come back and tell you what they've seen, but you can't see it for yourself. But now with this VR film, you can see everything, and it's great really, because you feel like you're in the room. It's not like being on TV screen, it's like you're actually in the mine.
I think what we really need to understand here is the barriers to access that these two great people face every single day.
Oh, it's been a fabulous journey. I mean, we had the idea ages ago, but we didn't have the opportunity to do it. So when a little bit of money came along, we knew we had the chance. And I think we really landed on our feet with finding Soundview Media. They've been amazing. And so we've worked with them and we've got exactly what we wanted. And Giva is the best place to showcase the work. We've come a long way with this piece of product. This bit of technology has been really useful to show what it can do, but we can do more. There are more sites that can be accessed in this way, and there are more uses for this technology as well.
That was just a really amazing experience, being able to work on that project. And what happened? Well, as a result of the project, that got loads of media coverage, both online, on radio and on TV. So this brought a new audience to Giva, people that didn't think that they were able to visit Giva, or didn't think that Giva was the kind of place where they were going to get a really good experience. All of a sudden, they were getting inquiries from people saying, yeah, we'd really love to come and experience your virtual reality tour. So think about how your immersive experience, the things that you're creating within your businesses can be applied, and to make your business and your products accessible to people. And apart from it being the right thing to do, there's another really, really good reason for you to be thinking about access. And this is a fantastic infographic from purple.org, who campaign on behalf of people with disabilities. And if you have a look at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, there's a phenomenal figure there. £249 billion is the spending power of disabled people and their households. And that continues to increase every single year. And then the middle statistic there, the 75%, it says 75% of disabled people and their families have walked away from UK business because of poor accessibility or customer service. And while I'm surprised that is only 75%, I imagine that is quite possibly a lot higher than that. And if you also have a look at the graph, the block chart there on the top right of the screen, you might recognise a business that you work in or work with, and that's to do with the loss of money of businesses per month in the UK. So, for example, if you're a phone or internet provider, there's £49 million being lost. So that certainly is food for thought. And this is the kind of media coverage that this is more specifically about heritage sites like Giva. But I mean, you can have a look at the statistics here. British heritage sites not inclusive enough surveys show 29% of parents of children with special needs felt unwelcome, and 42% were made to feel uncomfortable on visits. And I would really think about, the heritage sites are places where they need interactives, where they need digital materials to tell stories. And these are the very places where I think that we can be using our skills and engaging with people. So, and it's not just about heritage sites. We've worked with a whole range of different businesses to create VR video and 360 video online video experiences. And actually, during this pandemic, we've recently created a Vimeo channel, which is vimeo.com/stay-at-home. And what we've done there is we've posted all of our 360 videos on there, so that people, if they have a headset, they can go outside and access, in virtual reality at least, all of the wonderful places that we've created in 360 video. And you don't need a headset to watch that. You can watch that on your mobile or on your tablet or on your desktop computer. So that's vimeo.com/stay-at-home, and you'll find loads of different content on there. So I'm just looking at Fabi there on the top left-hand side of the screen. There's a VR video experience with a close-up and personal with Fabi, and then on the right-hand side there are some penguins there. There's a wild penguins on the Falkland Islands, being very curious about the camera there, the 360 camera. So who'd have thought when we were creating this accessible content for people with reduced mobility that actually this content all of a sudden would create accessibility for all of us to the places that we can't currently visit. That channel is getting stacks and stacks of weekly views at the moment, with people going and, in inverted commas, visiting their favourite places. So how can you use XR VR 360 video within your business? Well, online, obviously, as I've just described, on your mobile, but on the road as well. When we get unlocked, you can take your business to trade shows in 360 VR, and of course we can use headsets to experience this fully immersive technology. So finally today, I want to return to the Giva story, and this next film that I'm going to show you was created by BBC Online, and when they came to cover the launch of the VR experience, they came across 84-year-old Elvira Albro, who was visiting the site that day, and this was her first experience and interaction with virtual reality.
Oh, a lot of structure here. Is this where they crushed the ore? Oh, thank you for that.
Back into the real world.
Ah.
Giva was the perfect site to pick, as it's inherently inaccessible due to being industrial heritage. So we had the mine, which we know that you can't get a wheelchair in, so we thought Giva was the perfect place.
It brought back to me what my ancestors must have gone through, especially the ones that climbed down ladders and walked out under the seabed and did a hard day's graft, and then back again, climbed the ladders to get back to fresh air.
So I absolutely love that film. I think it's wonderful, and I think what it shows is how we can all use immersive experiences, no matter what your ability, no matter what your age. I think we have created something for everyone there, and thank you so much to Elvira for being such a good sport on that day and fully immersing herself. And I think what's really interesting as well is it's opened up other realizations. So how she was remembering past times, and we're now doing some work about outreach in the community, taking these experience, working with a coal mine in South Wales, how they're going to take those experiences out into their community. So sharing these experiences where people are socially isolated, and again that chimes with where we are currently in these times. So I think that's what's been really exciting for us in this journey is the new realizations as we've created this about thinking about how we can apply our skills and our experiences to new audiences and taking people to new spaces and places, new audiences that wouldn't otherwise have been able to access these spaces. So there we go. Thank you very, very much for listening and watching this presentation today. I'm Gareth Allen. You can find out more about the business, soundviewmedia.co.uk, and then don't forget the Vimeo channel. The 360 video Vimeo channel is vimeo.com/stay-at-home. Thanks very much and goodbye.